Next, Senator Osotsi Godfrey.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish to comment on the first petition, which is a petition to request for the formation of a credit management institute, which will regulate the credit management profession in the country. Mr. Speaker, whereas I support the idea of having professional organization, having a legislation around regulating a particular profession, I think that has to be done with a lot of care, so that we don't end up having so many legislation on regulation of professions when they can best be done under one big professional organization. Mr. Speaker, when I look at credit management, it has a lot of financial aspects to it. There are issues of accounting, there are issues of auditing, and that can still be catered for under the Institute of Certified Public Accountants, which already exist. Mr. Speaker, I'm also aware that credit management is one of the certified courses offered by the examination body called CASNEB that deals with accounting courses, certification courses. So I think the committee that will be looking at this petition, they need to interrogate ISPAC to see the need of having a separate professional body under legislation to deal with one matter of credit management. I know ISPAC deals with the taxation issues, they deal with accounting, they deal with the auditing, and we have to be convinced that credit management can be dealt separately. So there is need, Mr. Speaker, of having a legislation to regulate the various professions, because that will be one of the ways of instilling ethics in our profession and possibly dealing with the matters of corruption in this country. Mr. Speaker, I sponsored a bill in the last parliament to regulate the ICT profession in this country. And the bill was hugely fought by some business community in this country. But, Mr. Speaker, we continue to have challenges in this sector, increasing cybercrime, which in most cases is facilitated by IT professionals. And the matter is aggravated by the lack of a proper legal framework to regulate this particular industry. So I vote for having professional bodies which are under the law, but that has to be done with a lot of care, and that has to be done without discriminating particular professions, mainly the ICT professional, which up to date is not under any piece of legislation, and there are a lot of challenges. I know a country like Nigeria, which had highest levels of cybercrime in the world. They have gone down because there is a legislation to regulate the ICT sector in terms of how training is done, how they are registered, how they are punished. But in this country, there is nothing. And Mr. Speaker, when I tried to bring this up, there was a lot of resistance from multinationals in this country because they have been benefiting from lack of a proper regulatory framework for ICT professionals in this country. Mr. Speaker, I know these comments are not related, but I think it's important to look at these issues as we move on. I support the petition, but I would request the committee to interrogate also ISPAC so that they can find out what is this special need of having a credit management institute, which is separate from ISPAC. I support, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mandago.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to support the petition from Nyeri on the instructors to the county vocational training colleges. Mr. Speaker, I think I stand here to confirm that the instructors to